So before I start this video, I'd like to first say that if you like airsoft or paintball over Nerf, then that's completely fine. This video is simply me explaining why I prefer Nerf as a hobby over these other two. Because I've gotten quite a few comments saying that, airsoft is better or that I should play airsoft, and I get the feeling I'll get similar comments pretty soon once I start posting more gameplay footage. So I thought I'd make this video explaining why I play Nerf. Also, I'm aware I've made 2 other videos like this, but those videos were kinda cheap, so let's not talk about it. Reason 1, public play. One of the biggest advantages to Nerf. As long as you're not getting in anyone's way and you clean up your darts, you can play in public parks, in your own yard, in empty parking lots. And we could do this because most Nerf blasters are brightly colored and don't look like actual firearms. This is useful for not freaking out everybody who's walking around because they'll look at what you're holding and immediately know that it's a toy. A luxury that airsoft doesn't have because they're supposed to look like actual firearms. And paintball is way too messy to be played in public spaces. Reason 2, ammo variety. We have long darts, half darts, mega XL darts, demolisher rockets, ultra, rival, hyper, boomco. There's a bunch of different ammos you could use here, each with their own trade-offs. And depending on what game mode you're playing, some ammo might be highly valued. For example, long and half darts might count as 1 hit, but mega darts count as 3 hits. This encourages a lot of variety in people's loadouts, as well as strategizing with your team. Reason 3, Bane. Nerf hurts way less than airsoft or paintball. Yeah, you could get to the point where you can make a foam dart sting pretty hard, but when you compare it to airsoft and paintball, it's really not that bad. Now I know there's people out there that actually like the pain that airsoft and paintball bring, and if that's your thing, then, fine, but I personally don't get it. I mean, if I get hurt, then that's fine, but I don't want to hurt, like, anybody else while we're all just out there, trying to have fun. Reason 4, satisfying gunplay. Because the majority of magazines in this hobby are under 30 rounds, it really forces people to be choosy with their shots and actually track their darts to hit somebody. This makes it pretty satisfying to get tags, which I can't really say for like going around a corner and like spraying 20 BBs or paintballs at somebody to get a hit. Now, if that's your style of play, great, but it's not my cup of tea. Now, that's not to say you can spray and pray in Nerf, but you'll really need those like long boy like magazines or those drum mags that you can't really carry around that effectively, and you'll need a way to carry them on your person. Otherwise, you're going to be reloading a lot, and I could tell this from personal experience. Reason 5, low cost of entry. If you want a pretty good blaster, then I'll highly recommend the Dart Zone Spectrum. For about $55 on Amazon, you get a really decent blaster, 5 magazines, and a bunch of darts. The only thing you really need to buy for a Nerf game is the batteries and extra darts if you want them. I used an internally stocked Spectrum in games with people using 200 FPS blasters and still performed pretty well. Hell, if you don't want to spend any money at all, you could just go to your local Nerf group and they'll probably let you borrow their blasters and darts for a day of play. At least that's how my Nerf group does it. Reason 6, modding. Modding has always been a staple in the Nerf community since forever, pretty much. And with the rise of 3D printing, the Nerf community has made some really cool stuff. Now, that's not to say that airsoft and paintball doesn't have a modding culture, but when compared to Nerf, it's pretty weak. I just love seeing all the cool and wacky stuff that the community comes up with. It makes me want to get into 3D printing and modding myself because I have my own slew of ideas of what can be done with these. Reason 7, the community. The Nerf community is wonderful, and I feel like a big reason for that is that we are all pretty aware that, we're playing with toys. Yes, we are passionate about these toys, and people have made some insane blaster builds, but when it comes down to actually playing, it's just good fun. Even when we're using blasters that could hit up to 200 FPS, it still just feels like pretty lighthearted fun. Now, does the Nerf community have their fair share of elitists who take themselves way too seriously? Absolutely. But when compared to airsoft and paintball, those guys are few and far between in my experience. Now, I understand that this is my own anecdotal experience, and there's a bunch of people that have had really positive experiences with their respective communities, and if that's you, great. But again, from personal experience, at the end of the day, whether you're a Nerfer, an Airsofter, a paintballer, or maybe you play all three, we're all here to have fun, right? Each of these skirmish sports offer their own flavor of fun. Some people like the flavor that one offers, others don't. But the important thing to remember is that none of these sports are objectively better than the other. This video isn't for the purpose of convincing you that Nerf is better, it's simply me explaining why I prefer it. And again, if you like Airsoft or paintball more than Nerf, then that's fine. I just hope you understand where I'm coming from. Maybe you should leave a comment down below explaining why you play Airsoft, paintball, or Nerf. I mean, let's have a discussion on it. So yeah, that's about it. See ya.